telling you all that Skylar loves movies, vlogs and travel. The girl herself, Skylar Moi, is going live in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hey, I am live and in full effect, baby. Love to you all. Catch you there. Live here from Benidorm. I am actually opposite Picasso after work. How is everybody doing? I hope you are doing very well. I am going to say something, and then when my tag team partner comes on. Yeah, oh no, it's Mr. Bones. All right, lads. All right, lads. So, yeah, I'm about to say something, right? And I know there's some people, dickheads, that are on here, so there'll be a few more people in the chat watching. Just want to let you all know the big boys are live with us. Yes, and they'll be coming on shortly, watching this live stream. So nothing happens to me. Yes. Because I've just had a very, very interesting phone call with my grandfather. And yes, we discussed everything. And I mean everything. Because for you guys that don't know, my granddad's the top mafia boss in this fucking world. And he's watching you all right now. Yes. So anybody wants to fucking cause shit, and the people that are associated to Luis Vasquez, aka Rainy Night Gamer, can get the fuck off right now because they're watching live. Yes. So, yes, when Dre comes on, yes, we got Lainey in the house. Hi, Lainey. How are you? I'm glad that you're catching one of my lives. Yeah. Mr. Bones is going, who? Yes. My grandpa is in the chat. He won't be like commenting or anything like that, but my grandfather is officially in this chat with my uncle. I think my uncle's not on yet, but my uncle and auntie should be on shortly, and a few of my cousins. Yeah, so we've got Grandpa, Bronson, Batiste, whoever you want. Yeah. So we got Grandpa Batiste on the chat today. Yes. So make them sleep with the fishes. Fuck me and span me sideways. Yes. Gotta make them sleep with the fishes. My granddad says no shit. So yes. I'm glad that you're here, Lainey. So, Mr. Bones, Lainey is a nice person, so no one needs to check on Lainey because Lainey has commented on a few of my videos before. So Lainey is all good. So that's, and just so you know, Lainey, Mr. Bones is one of the mods. There will be another moderator joining us tonight, maybe another 2. So yeah, make them sleep with the fishes. I still can't get over your comment, lads. I'm just seeing where Dre Boy is. I'm seeing where Dre Boy is. We know you're a good girl, Lainey, so it's all good. It's all good. Yeah, I just had a nice little chat with my granddad because I was worried about something and I just needed him there. So yeah, we've got 7 people in the chat. Possibly some of the assholes might be on here. There might be a couple of assholes fucking lurking in the chat. She is Mr. Bones. She's a sound one. She's a nice one. She's a nice one. And we're just waiting for Dre to get here because we got a little bit of a surprise. Bonesy, I'm going to post your list. So I'm going to explain to Lainey what we do usually. Right. this live, we usually do top 10 lists. But tonight, we've got these lovely people, Mr. Bones, and we've got Bruce Wayne hopefully coming on. Sean's supposed to be coming on, a few other people coming on. And it's supposed to be top 10 favorite romantic movies. And the list was actually picked from the guy himself in Winner's Bar, Simon. Yes. Yes. Yeah, so Hazel's doing a top Nancy's list. Seb, yes, indeed. I've just got the message from Dre. He's coming on in a couple of minutes. Them assholes better not be talking shit. Oh, they won't be. They'll be off soon. So yeah, I know you was. Dre's coming on in a couple of minutes. And don't worry, what I'm doing is I have something in my bag that I will be showing you guys in a minute. So yeah, don't worry, it's a notebook. We've got a few little things. Dre is actually going to be showing off something tonight. So yeah, he's been waiting to do this for weeks and weeks and weeks on end. So yeah. So just don't be alarmed, like for like Lainey, Mr. Bones and all that. Yes. Bruce is actually lurking about. My granddad, yes. Batman is lurking. You'll see him, he'll be commenting here and there in a minute. My grandfather is around as well. So I just don't want people to be like a little bit wary. It's just he's on because he's worried about me. So yes. So my granddad is officially on this live video watching me in my crazy glasses and just fucking being me. Yes. Fucking big man himself is on the fucking line. Yeah. Obviously he's not gonna fucking come live with me. I don't know whether fucking Big I Am's fucking watching me as well. Nah, he's too busy cleaning up. Yeah. So Dre's coming on in a couple of minutes. The plan of action is you guys put your shit on, as in your top 10 favorite romantic movies. And yeah, romantic comedies are allowed and romantic type horror movies are allowed as well. So we're putting that out there because a lot of my army members, the army, love their horrors. So we've included that in. So yeah. So Mr. Bones, I'm doing your list now, lad. Let me get your list sorted. There we are, Mr. Bones' list is on. I think the assholes have gone now because they realise fucking the Big I Am's on the fucking stream as well. And other people are on the stream. So yeah. Yeah. And I do have refreshments with me, so I did buy some little bit of refreshments. So yeah. let's start with the smaller one. So yeah, because obviously I've got a big bottle here and I have a little bottle. Yes, let me just get the little bottle. So yeah. So yeah, this is my drink for the live video. So it's called an Upgrade isotonic blue aqua mineral drink, gluten free. See, gotta be fucking nice and healthy now, don't I? Gotta be nice and healthy now. So yeah. It's just while I open this. Oh, that's the first time I've ever opened it like that. Yeah. I missed the two good ones, wrestling and martial arts. Do you know what? As we're doing a little bit different tonight, mix it up. I want to see your wrestling list and your martial arts list as well, lads. So yeah. So come on, lads. Dre should be on shortly. So if you're wondering why my comment is on there, I've put Mr. Bones' list. But so yeah. So don't worry, Dre is coming. Andre is coming in the house. And yeah. Because we both want to say something first, and then Dre wants to do his pickups. So yeah. I kind of feel that this is because obviously this is my YouTube channel and I put the StreamYard on. At the end of the day, Dre's been with me since day one and Dre's known me what's going on. So here he is. Here he is. Hello.
Hey.
Hey, you're looking, you sounding a lot better.
Say what?
You sound a lot better. So, how are you?
I'm good.
Yeah. So it's good that you're on the live tonight. We do have 5 people on. So Mr. Bones is saying, "What's up?" And you're there. You can actually comment now.
Yeah, because I set my stuff up for when I start streaming myself.
Oh, that's awesome.
So it's actually my StreamYard is actually linked to my YouTube account now.
Oh, that's brilliant. So I can be live on yours via StreamYard soon.
Yes.
So I think we need to start off with what we want to say, and then we're gonna go with you to pickups, because I want to let Dre let off a bit of steam, and then I'm gonna let off a bit of steam. So take it away.
Let's just say I know who's in the chat who saw the screenshots of what happened. So all I'm gonna say is this one: if that loser happens to be in here tonight, you can be pissed off all you want over 9.5 weeks, because here's how all that went. I'm just gonna put it out there, Skyla, and I'm gonna tell everybody in the chat this before we go live. When we have all the giveaway stuff, I got first pick of all of it before we went live. So if you're sitting there butthurt because I got some shit that you wanted, you can fucking deal with it.
Exactly. Because I've known Dre for 15 years and I've always said before the lives, Dre would always get top picks of everything. But I'd always have extra copies for people to say, right, yeah. So even though there was like 3 copies of one thing, Dre got the first copy. if that makes sense. So yeah. Oh yeah,
Let's just
forces
say he
tired,
said a
something's
bunch of
right.
shit to me. He said a bunch of shit to me that I'm not too happy about.
Exactly. And here's the thing as well, just thought to let everybody in the chat know. My grandfather is watching us live from right here in Benidorm. He's in a hotel nearby, and he's watching us doing this live video here.
Nice.
So you've got an 85-year-old big I am, fucking top mafia boss in the world, fucking watching us live. Because of all the shit that's gone on, because I've informed him of everything. So, yeah. So, and I just want to put my 2 cents on here as well. Look, Mr. Bones has agreed with you. You know, I'll highlight it. It makes sense. Pecking order. He's your co-host.
Exactly.
Thank you.
And we both think that I ended up with a few that he wanted.
Yeah. And another issue is as well, he didn't like the fact that some of you guys got secondhand movies. Now, I'm going to also quote this as well, right? OGP was giving away secondhand copies of his films as well. So no one should get at me for giving in, like, because there was no fucking screen, like, fucking, but I always made sure that all of this were fucking protected. If we're fucking not new, as some people would say, I would have them.
And then here's what I do. If I get something that's secondhand and I don't want it, I take it and trade it in.
Exactly. So if you're not happy with it, just fucking trade it in. They still do accept fucking international movies.
Yup, because there are people in most of these areas with region-free players. They're just few and far between.
Thank you, Mr. Bones. Yeah, Mr. Bones has just said a great big point about my movies that I've been sending. That's not a big deal as long as they don't look like coasters. Laugh out loud, which they don't.
That's because, like I said, most used DVD stores, before you even buy them, are going to clean them themselves.
Exactly. And
even when you take them to the counter.
Yeah. So let's get on the fucking nitty gritty before before we make this a positive stream, because this is what we wanted to talk about. I'm not happy as someone as myself. Dre knows about my sexuality and stuff like that. I'm not happy with somebody with racist slurs. Someone talked about being because of his sexuality and other things, and this person has tried to deny it and tried to stalk me on my other profile, which is he's now blocked of everyone apart from here, because I made sure that I wanted him to fucking listen to me. And at the end of the day, you got your fucking nipples in a twist because your knickers in a twist because you fucking told fucking Brent, right? You were worried that you'd have to perform for me.
Ah! Wow.
Yes, fucking got it, fucking bomb. Fucking thinker. And this prick said he'd never contacted me while I was in Benidorm. Tough
like
shit.
I said,
I done a fucking live video. I done a live video, and straight after that live, he called me up for about 10-15 minutes. So.
And the shit he talks while he sits there sponging off his family.
And then fucking says shit like pretending he fancies fucking Andre and everything. So.
Fuck that. He ain't even in my league.
We fucking bounced the fucking truth. And here's the thing. Do you know what now? I fucking totally agree with fucking Brent sending me the fucking messages in the first place. Booyah! Fucking put that hook, line and sinker.
He must have been desperate in the messages he was sending me, because he tried to turn me against you, which wasn't gonna work.
Exactly my point. No one turned anybody against me, especially because of who I fucking am.
He tried to say to me that after I left that night, I wasn't eating. You were eating a chicken sandwich and making fun of me. I instantly called bullshit.
What the fuck? I went and got a fucking 2 chicken sandwiches for me and fucking Si because we hadn't had nothing that fucking entire day.
Well, according to him, you were
we
eating them
have
and
one
making fun of me,
fucking
which
meal a
I'm
day.
like, I don't buy that.
Because we have fucking one meal a fucking day. Fairly. We fucking struggle ourselves out here. So don't fucking anyone give me fucking shit, lads. It was a fucking treat because I got fucking paid that night. So that's why I got fucking chicken burgers for me. And it was from Popeyes because it was fucking down the road. And it was fucking a treat for me inside. So fucking booyah.
And I did finally eat later that night.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I fucking deal with, and as Mr. Bone said, most used movies are still new because a lot of times people will buy them, watch them, and then get rid of them.
I've bought ones that are still in the wrapper.
Exactly. So, like, it's not that fucking big of a deal.
Especially the places I go. I mean, let's see, 5 for 10. Buy 2, get 1 free at $2 each. Buy 3, get 3 free. I mean, these are just a couple of the places I freaking go and the deals I get. You don't hear me complaining. Mainly because I've had more luck buying secondhand than I do going to Walmart and stuff like that.
Exactly. What the fuck? What the fuck?
It's like if it says blah. It's like if I can't find a movie here, I know I can ask you to see if you can find it for me.
Yeah, and I'll just order it for you. I've got your address on fucking eBay and this, that, and the other. Or fucking Amazon, and I'll fucking do it. Or even if I find it here, I'll get it sent in the post here.
I mean, shoot, I even buy most of my TV series secondhand.
Because it's less expensive. And that's another thing as
Way
well.
less expensive. I haven't paid less than $10 for any of my sets of Grace.
And that's what's going to be. Yeah, here's the thing, right? Mr. Bones has put a very good point. Here's another point. You don't have to be giving anybody anything. So if prizes up to grab, people should just be happy.
Exactly.
There's sometimes where what I have to do is I have to wait till I next get paid before I order the movies and send it out. Because I only get paid every 2 weeks out here. I don't get paid every week anymore.
I mean, hell, look at all the wrestling stuff you were sending me way back when, and I didn't ask for one of them.
Nope. Because the issue is with me, I'm too kind for my own boots, and I've always been like that. I'm never ever going to change being so kind to people. I'm never ever going to change being like that.
That's a good quality, though.
Exactly. But even though some people kind of don't like it, but like you got to accept it.
Exactly.
So, like at the end of the day, like what we do on our live videos is our business. Like I've always been the way that I am. And Lainey's just said a good point as well, and I'm going to highlight her point. I think these people causing you shit are green-eyed monsters, Skylar.
I use one of my favorite movie words for them. Shitters.
Yeah. Well, Si's put it on the head. He calls them jealous. He's jealous because, well, people are jealous because of what I've got. And what you've got, Dre, and what probably Mr. Bones has got. The fact that we've got a significant other.
Exactly.
This is what all this shit is all about. And all this shit started because I give fucking Si
Yup.
fucking kiss on a fucking live video.
Yep.
This is how all this shit has started.
And just fucking snowballed.
Yeah. Because people are jealous because they don't like the fact that I gave somebody a kiss. And then when people have gone back to watch it, they've realised, yeah, the kiss is there. But now that's one of my most popular fucking videos. Because of that kiss. And even Si's fucking laughing it up now because he fucking loves it.
And you know what I laugh about? I would have taken 9.5 weeks, but that's not one of my movies. And the weird thing is, I like stuff like Basic Instinct. I like The Postman Always Rings Twice. I like Fatal Attraction.
The Shameless movies as well.
That one just never did it for me.
Yeah, and the Shameless movies as well.
Yeah, I don't know when I'll get to those.
Yeah, because I will say they are a bit out there. I do understand that.
Those will probably just be like what I call, shelf highlights.
Yeah, I understand that completely.
It'll be like just something cool to display.
But what people don't realize is the cost of those, even secondhand, I was buying. They were between
it's insane.
$15 to $25 per movie. So he should be grateful.
For real, when I'm paying like $12-13 at the cheapest when I try to get a Shout Factory. Or a Scream Factory, I should say, because that's what I paid for Firestarter, was like $13. And that was at its cheapest.
Yeah. And here's another thing as well. He said that the photo I sent to him was inappropriate when he was the one that asked for the fucking photo in the first place. The one of me in my bra with my shirt on in the bed. And I fucking signed it as well. As me.
You don't ask for it if you're going to say it's inappropriate. I'll tell you that right now.
Exactly. But was that, let's make a clear point here right and now. Was that photo I showed you with me in my checked shirt and my red bra, and I had underwear on, by the way, was that photograph inappropriate?
It was what I call risque, not inappropriate.
Yeah, that's the word I was trying to get at.
Like, I equate it more to like a pinup.
Yeah. I was trying to make it classy. I was trying to make that photo classy.
Yeah, I get what you were going for.
Yeah. Even the ones that you said that looked like Joan Jett, they're fucking still stuck there. I can't get to them. But I do have copies of them on my phone. So I'm going to try and find a company here in Spain that'll deliver them to me. Because I can get the Sharpies cheapy out here as well. I know, at the end of the day, it's what I do is I do stuff for you guys, and I know that you guys appreciate it. I don't have to do this.
Right.
Like, I could not just do a live video and just sit on my ass doing fuck all. But with me doing these lives, they're fun. I enjoy them. I fucking get cheered up by them.
It's like with the record thing. When all I did was I asked if there was like any places that sold records near you, and all of a sudden here comes that huge package for Christmas.
Yeah. Because I said, well, I'm in Benidorm and I know about El Cisne, and I was shocked when I went to El Cisne last November. The fucking amount of records. And we got them on the plane and everything through cabin. Yeah, it was, Mr. Bones said it was the stuff like Sonny and Sable used to do, which was appropriate for a boyfriend at the time, but not for us normal viewers.
Exactly, the stuff that's also like Trish and Lita used to do.
Exactly. Yeah.
And hell, I got Lita hanging on my bedroom door.
Well, here's the thing, at least I wasn't fucking topless.
Right.
Exactly. At least I wasn't topless. And here's the thing as well, I will say this, but I'll never ever come on screen. I'll never show you guys it. I do have naked pics of me inside on my phone. So there you go. But I wouldn't send them to people. I wouldn't send my naked body to fucking any hoo-ha.
And I'm not gonna lie, Barry and I sent a couple pictures to each other here and there when we were dating long distance.
Exactly.
But those have been long since deleted.
Exactly. Well, what's the harm in that? Nothing.
Exactly.
And I will say this, that prick loved the pics I was sending him. Fucking loved every one of them. Fucking loved heart. This, that, and the other. Was doing sexy talk with me and everything. So, like, I wasn't complaining. I didn't care what I was doing at the time because I thought
it's like I said to him, and I think this is what pissed him off. I think this is what pissed him off with me. I said, quote, she's got herself a real man, little boy.
Yeah. Someone that's 10 years older than him. And 9 years older than me. Because don't forget, he said to me he was 40 in September. He's only 39. He's still 38.
That's younger than me even.
He's 39. I'm 40 and I'm 83. So you're 84.
84 January.
Yeah. He's 84 September. So yeah.
That's funny because Barry's September 83.
Well, that's it. It's not wrong. That's only 4 months difference.
Yep.
And mine's 9 years. 9 years, 7. Well, not even 9 years, 6.5 months difference.
Now, when my parents were together, there was a 10-year difference between the two of them.
Yeah. But he keeps on going, I'm 50. This is sad. He goes, I'm 50. And I'm like, no, you're only 49. There's nothing wrong. And he keeps on thinking that, like, he's getting too old. And he doesn't look that old. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
He does look a bit younger for his age. That's because I've been giving him some skincare tricks and fucking face masks. So, yeah. Bruce Wayne finally got his package from me today with his little gifts and his nugget and fucking face masks and everything, which is like so good. So, like, at the end of the day, like, we've said what we've said, like, and yeah, we all go through shit, but people have got to realize that some things that you say, people aren't going to be happy with, if that makes sense.
Exactly.
But to the point where if you're talking racial slurs and homophobic slurs, that's it. You're done for, in my opinion. If you call somebody a bitch or a fucking bastard, to me, that's not.
He's bitch on me.
Yeah. But it's, to me, what's more insulting is the homophobic slurs, the fucking...
I threw it right back at him.
And the N-word as well.
That too.
Yeah. And yet he's Puerto Rican. So he's thinky as well. So why should he have the audacity to call you shit?
Yeah, he wants to go there with me. I will go there with him. I know of plenty of fucking words for Mexicans that are very, very fucking, I will say, up there with the N-word.
You mean Puerto Ricans?
Whatever the hell he is, I don't care.
Well, Sai said, I love all nationalities apart from Puerto Ricans. I was like, what? He goes, they're the most disrespectful people on the planet.
Well, gee, he just proved himself one.
Exactly. But yeah, at the end of the day, like, he's long gone now. Like, if he wants to cause shit on me live, go for it. Bring your fucking many mates to fucking try and subscribe to me.
What I love to say, this is one of my favorite sayings. This is one of my favorite sayings. I don't have an issue with anger. I have an issue with people.
Yes. See, like, I don't have an issue with anger. I only have an issue with
people.
That people don't understand shit.
People make me angry.
Contradict things as well. But other than that,
my Jordan quote there. A person is smart. People are dumb.
Yes. Yeah. Mr. Bone said, "What's up, buddy?"
Looks like he's making himself some food.
Yeah, the cook's in the house. We've got the cook in the house. Barry, you're right, lad. Right, are you gonna? Right, so now let's get what we're doing, because like I think that you should do your pickups.
Oh.
Yeah.
Are we talking to the record store? Because I'm gonna have to grab them.
Yeah. I'll talk to the chat. You go grab them. So while Dre is getting his pickups, and I've got a bit of a sing-song behind me in Benidorm, a big massive sing-song. I'll let you listen to this. The singer Sweet Caroline, by the way. And now they're singing it in Spanish. Oh, nice, Mr. Bones. So, yeah. It's all right. I'm good. Like, yeah. But other than that, I'm sound. Like, I have no issues with nobody. I'm just trying to be me, trying to live day by day here in Benidorm. Drinking. And I want to say thank you to Bruce Wayne as well for just helping the gal out today. Only because the fucking being a tit with fucking size money at the moment, the fucking bar. So I just needed a couple of drinks and I got a little bit of food, so it's all good. So the only thing that we need is fucking olive oil, and I'll get that sorted out. But Evil Dead Rise blew about a week ago, my 2 releases of them. So, quick question, Mr. Bones, because I've got to ask you this. What's been your favourite movie of the 2? Evil Dead Rise or Scream 6? So that's the question I'm going to ask you. Because, like, I'm sitting here and I've got me pants on. I fucking put me button off me pants. Yeah, that is something I would agree with you massively. Yeah, I would agree with that massively. So, yeah, Scream. Probably Scream. So, yeah. And here's the thing as well. I prefer 6 than 5. Sorry if we've spoiled stuff for you guys, but like we needed to say that. So yeah, and I'm also going to do something after Dre picks up his movies and he does a pickup, because I got a little something up our sleeves this week. That one thing me and Dre we've spoken about, but we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to do like a bit of a quick fire. I just need to get me a pen. So, yeah, as well. So, yeah. Right, I've got me pen as well. I'm well organised tonight. I'm well and truly organised tonight. We'll try my best to be. So, yeah. My little pen. So, yeah. And obviously Mr. Bones and Bruce Wayne can join in with this chat. I know Bruce Wayne might have to go. So yeah, because we're going to finish with that as well. So we've got like, if anybody wants to do their top 10 favorite romantic movies, they can do. But we're gonna do like something a little bit different tonight. And I think we're gonna do this going ahead, like going forwards, if that makes sense.
Ow.
And the bar's a little bit quiet as well, ish. So yeah, I ain't even seen him. So yeah. So when Dre is ready, he can start.
Just give me a sec to roll me up a cigarette.
By the way, my camera froze. Apologies for that. Right, I'm getting a cig. So I hope you don't mind. I will be having a smoke while Dre does this out of respect. Because one, I need a cig, and two, I'm fucking thinking. So yeah.
All right, well, right before that little disaster stream we had a couple weeks back,
Yeah.
probably a few days before that, Chris and I went to this record shop up in Grayling, and starting off with the albums,
Yeah.
Linda Ronstadt's Greatest Hits Volume 1, Doobie Brothers Greatest Hits Volume 2, Pat Benatar Wide Awake in Dreamland, Get Nervous, also by Pat Benatar, In the Heat of the Night by Pat Benatar, Eliminator by ZZ Top, and Patsy Cline's Greatest Hits. Now that's just the albums. Next, I also got 5 CDs. Comalize by Lacuna Coil,
Yes.
by one of my favorites.
Woo!
The Best of the Gap Band. Pretenders, the singles. This is basically their greatest hits album. Well, most of these are all greatest hits except for that Lacuna Coil. Bad Company, 10 from 6, and A Decade of Steely Dan.
Nice.
And then last but not least, a few 45s. Say You Will by Foreigner. She's a Bad Mama Jamma by Carl Carlton. Lie to Me by the Do Rocks. To Sir with Love by Lulu. Life in the Fast Lane by the Eagles. Africa by Toto. Some of My Lies Are True by Huey Lewis and the News. Everybody Dance by Chic. I'll Be Around by The Spinners. Send Her My Love by Journey. Jessie by Carly Simon. Baby Makes Her Blue Jeans Talk by Dr. Hook. Dance Little Sister by Terrence Trent D'Arby. And Don't Fall in Love with the Dreamer by Kenny Rogers and Kim Carnes.
Nice. They are some nice picture pictures, right?
And then I did just order me some from Discogs yesterday. I don't know what day they'll get here.
Yeah. So yeah.
They should be here by the
either
next week,
or the
hopefully.
week
I don't
after.
know.
Yeah, I hope so. Hopefully next week or the week after, I'll be able to finally order some movies. So it's all good. So any movie pickups, or was it just
Not this time around.
That's all right. Sound. So what I was saying is this week we're going to do things a little bit different. So we're going to be talking first of all about some of our favorite movies. Right, this is in no particular order. And then I've got to finish things off this week. We're going to do like a quick favorites questions. So it's got to be the first thing that comes out of your head, answer it.
I'm just going to let everybody know I don't have anything written down, so this is all going to be off the top of my head tonight.
Yeah, this is the last part is going to be on the top of our heads. So yeah, so the first move of our, because we're doing a 200 movies list of our favorite movies, whether it's horror movies, any sort of movies. So this week we're starting with our first 10 that we would like to talk about. So obviously this is going to be off mine and Gray's head. So this is going to be as random as fuck. And obviously I'm outside, so I'm not indoors, so I'm doing this outside. So, Dre, do you want me to start, or do you want to start?
Yeah, I'll have you start.
Right.
Because like I said, I don't even have a list. I'm going straight off the top of my head.
Yeah. Well, I think we're going to start off with, I'm going to do two movies in one because they have the same soundtrack 4 years apart from each other.
Uh-oh.
Oh, yes. So the first one we're going to do is The Night Porter from 1974, which is starring Charlotte Rampling and I think his name is Dick Beauregard, something like that. I can't remember. Something like that. You know what I mean? But he's not like, he's like an oldish actor. It's like an Austrian actor. So basically, The Night Porter is about a guy that's in the war and he falls in love with this woman, which is Charlotte Rampling. Basically, he ends up being working in a hotel as like a night porter. And out of nowhere, Charlotte Rampling comes into the hotel. This is the woman who he first fell in love with. And he basically takes her to his place and held her captive, ties her up, basically has a way with her, and he brings her food every day. And this was going on for about 3-4 months. Suddenly someone gets wind of it, and the next thing is she escapes. So that's the gist of The Night Porter. It is a black and white movie, so bear that in mind. And that was from 1974.
Now, the version I tried watching on HBO Max was in color.
Yeah. But this one,
and then the only way I got through it, I had to go online and look up the Cinema Snobs review.
Yeah.
I couldn't watch it by itself.
Yeah, it's kind of difficult. So why I was doing this a 2-in-1 is because we're going to go 4 years later and talk about my actual favorite movie of all time, Midnight Express. I was actually corrected. Well, here's the thing with Midnight Express. I'm going to tell you a little bit of a backstory for people that don't know. Midnight Express was filmed in Malta. It was set in Turkey, but the Turkish authorities wouldn't allow the movie to be done in Turkey because they didn't want the Turkish people to be known as what all this goes on in jail, as a bit of fucking ass fucking. So, but when they were getting in the Turkish jail, a typical Turkish jail, you don't stab someone in the chest, you always stab them in the ass. So that's why they're known as the nicknames as the ass stabbers. So anyway, Just
Now, I want to point a little something out.
yeah,
Because that story about Midnight Express, now I'm going to point out something interesting. That was written by Oliver Stone. He had the same issues. He had the same issues with the people in Miami when they were working on Scarface.
Yes. So anyway, and then for people that don't know, it was some of the movie was set in first of all, the main airport scene was set at multiple airports. The back streets were what's his name? Billy goes and gets his pot was filmed directly in Valletta, mainly in Valletta, and then on the outskirts of Valletta and Floriana and all around there, coming into Valletta. They filmed the prison scene and stuff like that, and him escaping from the prison. So yeah, and yeah, so that's and why I love it so much is because the cast is amazing. You've got Irene Miracle in it. You've got what's his name? You've got Randy Quaid. It was directed by Alan Parker. There's a great cast in it, and I just love it how it was all set, the story, to everything. Even though the main guy, Billy Hayes, the actual Billy Hayes, who was about, he did say the film kind of exaggerated it a little bit, but not too much. And then he told his story in an actual documentary. So yeah, and
I will point out that it was weed that he got, but it wasn't at the same time because it was actually hash, which is just a stronger form. It's more compressed.
Yes. Yeah, so you're right on that. So before you go on to yours, I'm just going to say, Lainey said, gotta go now, guys. He's got a busy day tomorrow. Skylar, carry on what you're doing, and don't let anyone bring you down. So that was a nice comment for it to leave us with. So that was quite nice. So, right, we are going first with you. Go on.
Ooh, all right, so I guess I am going to do a twofer in this first one because, well, this is an original and its sequel, but Nightmare on Elm Street 1 and 3. And the main reason I'm lumping these together is because of the fact that Nancy's in both of them. Heather Langenkamp, who I will say over anybody, even over Laurie Strode, and people can hate me for this, but even over Laurie, Nancy Thompson is my favorite final girl of all time.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, and also one of my favorite quotes of all time is actually from Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3. Do you know which one it is, Jay?
I'm betting it's Barry's favorite too. Welcome to prime time, bitch.
Yeah. Welcome to prime time, bitch. Love it. Love that quote.
Mine's from part 4. It ain't even from Freddy. Fucking A.
Yes. So yeah. So Lainey's saying the night to us. So yeah. So carry on, Jay, if you want to talk a bit more about Nightmare on Elm Street 1 and 3.
I don't know what I can say about him that hasn't been said. The kill scenes are fantastic. The score, especially in the first one, is unforgettable. That opening kill still sticks with me.
Yeah.
And you got Johnny Depp making his debut in part 1, Patricia Arquette making her debut in part 3.
Yeah. So yeah. So you want me to go next? I think we've got to do it. 1988, directed by Dick Maas. We're going with Amsterdam's. One of my favorite movies ever. It stars Hoopstop, and he's the main character in it. He is the police officer. He's got like a daughter and stuff like that, and he's basically investigating all these murders that are going on. And one by one, there's this killer. There's a bit of a backstory about the killer, who is fucking brilliant, by the way. I don't know his name, like what he previously starred in, but him as a killer, the whole snorkel thing, going underwater and then coming out, and all the kill scenes, especially the prostitute scene at the beginning, where he basically kills her because she has a bit of a bad night because the taxi driver wants to do whatever and she doesn't do it, and then in the end he pulls her in the water, and then you see a trip, like the kids are doing like a little talk, and there's a guide and all that, and then the next thing she's on an, like, she's hung down upside down, and it goes all the way up along the boat, and it's all blood along, so that's cool. I've got to mention that. And obviously I've got to mention that speedboat scene. That has got to be one of the best action-packed scenes in a horror movie from the 80s. It is cheese-tastic, but you having that in that film definitely saved the film, if that made sense, that speedboat scene. And then I've got to point out at the end, the theme at the end, Amsterdam, Amsterdam, wow, this is Amsterdam, Amsterdam. You know what I mean? But like, obviously, the movie makes me laugh. It's one of my favorite movies. When I first started watching it, I was recommended it to me by a YouTuber called Fuckable, and I've ran with it and freaking love it, and I can't wait to re-own it. So yeah, you're next, Dre.
All right, the next one I'm going to talk about, this one just popped in my head, speaking of kind of off-the-wall horror movies, and this one is definitely a recommendation for you, Skyla, but have you ever heard of a movie called The Shaft? Or it might be known on your side of the pond as Down.
The Shaft. I don't know if that's got another name called Graveyard Shift.
No. The other name for it is Down.
No, then I haven't.
It's about a killer elevator.
No, I haven't.
This movie has Naomi Watts from The Ring. It has Edward Herman from The Lost Boys. It is a star-studded cast. I mean, there is some crazy shit in this movie because, like I said, it's a killer elevator. So, of course, there's a part where this elevator's friggin' playing peekaboo with a little girl, and it's basically wanting to kill this little girl. At one point, there's a bunch of pregnant women in this elevator. Somehow it malfunctions, and all these pregnant women start giving birth at the same time. A skateboarder somehow gets flung into this elevator. The elevator goes all the way up to the top floor, only to shoot this skateboarder outside of the building to his death. At the end, they kill this motherfucker by shooting a bazooka at its heart. The movie ends with Aerosmith's Love in an Elevator.
What?
Yes. This movie is fucking balls to the wall insane.
Whoa. That's fucking... That's a movie that Laurie Holt would say craptastic. She would say craptastic. I miss that woman. But yeah, that would be a movie that she would say is craftastic. So I'm gonna actually have a little watch of that. I'm gonna try and find that and have a little watch of that. So my next one on my list is a movie from 1982, directed by one of my favorite Italian directors of all time, good old Lucio Fulci. And we are talking about Manhattan Baby, and has an alternative title that is more better than the title that we fucking got, which is something about the evil eye, Blinded the Evil Eye, or something like that, or something along those lines. So basically, Manhattan Baby is about a guy. He's like an exhibitionist, and he's on like an exhibition, and he goes to thanks for the link, Trey. He goes to Egypt with his family on like a work vacation sort of thing. So he's doing a lot of work, and he's basically, something happens inside the tomb and he ends up being blinded by this unknown force. We comes to find out that this blind woman gives his daughter, an amulet. So it's basically controlling the guy's sight and it's controlling everything when they go back home to New York. As all weird stuff goes on. There's fucking people that get killed by snakes, fucking beetles, fucking mosquitoes, scorpions. People are getting transferred that are in the house, getting transferred to Egypt. One of the kids gets kidnapped and goes back to Egypt. All sorts of weird things go on. But it's a good little backstory to it, and it's a good little film, good little cheeky film from Lucio Fulci. I will admit it's not one of Fulci's best movies, but it is up there as a good movie. So yeah. So you're next, Trey.
All right, if I'm going with something like The Shaft, which I just talked about, I have to go with my other favorite movie that's somewhat similar to that when it comes to killer machines, and that is Maximum Overdrive.
Ooh.
What can be said about this movie that has not been said? Trucks running people over. A group's stranded at a truck stop while the trucks circle around like the friggin' natives. You got a friggin' army vehicle with a friggin' machine gun coming in shooting shit up. The lead dude's got rocket launchers and bazookas and shit like that. They blow up the lead truck with saying "Adios, motherfucker." AC/DC doing the score.
Yeah. So that is that. I love Maximum Overdrive. It just doesn't get enough credit for the movie, but it is a brilliant movie. Highly recommended. So you guys know that this has to be one of my favorite movies of the 2010s. You know where we're going. Luke Evans. It's got Brodus Clay, which is now known as Titus, on the Indies. And we are going with, directed by Rai, I think it's Raiichi Kitamura. He's also directed the remake of The Midnight Meat Train. So if you're familiar with the remake of The Midnight Meat Train with Vinnie Jones, he's the same director that directed this. And we are talking No One Lives. You know how much I fucking love this film. Fucking driver kidnapping someone, putting something into a fucking stomach so she doesn't fucking escape from him. And she's still in this fucking box, and he's told his new girlfriend, who does the same thing to her, keep it a hush hush, don't let anyone know what's in the back. You go to like some sort of diner and have some food, and then all of a sudden these guys fucking robbing a house and end up coming into this steak yard causing shit, like this steak place, because after Luke Evans driver, he goes to a hotel, tries to stay there the night, and basically this gang of people that involved Titus and a few other people, they basically, obviously they end up getting kidnapped and going to this abandoned house which belongs to the leader of the gang, and one by one driver kills them off. Titus's kill is one of the best that I've ever seen in a horror movie for a long time, where all his guts have been fucking given out and left in a sack bag, and then it fucking cuts off and you see all the guts fucking hanging out. It reminds me a lot of fucking like some sort of Hellraiser style of killings. This movie a lot, which I fucking love. And then I've got to spoil it slightly with the last scene, as in they find out the girl's alive and she's put into hospital. Like, but before that, driver's already in the hospital because one of the lads thinks that he's lived. Next thing, he walks in the room pretending to be a doctor, and he gets the it's like a file. It's like a metal file with like the medical records are on, and he shouts. He goes, "No one lives." Jams the fucking file right down his neck and walks out. Takes the jacket off like nothing. And then as he walks out the hospital, sorry about that, just a load of assholes. As he walks out the hospital, they see the girl that he originally kidnapped. They found out that she's alive, and then she gets wheeled into the hospital, and then they touch hands, and then the driver walks away. I just love from start to finish how much action packed that movie is. So yeah. So you're next.
All right, my next one I'm going to talk about, I'm going to first pose a question. Did anybody in here know that Steven Spielberg, yes, the Steven Spielberg, once directed a comedy?
Nope.
A comedy that stars Dan Aykroyd, John Belushi, John Candy, Ned Beatty, Christopher Lee, Lorraine Gary, Treat Williams, Tim Matheson, just to name a few. I am talking about 1941. It is set in Los Angeles after the bombing of Pearl Harbor. The Japanese have somehow found their way just outside of Hollywood and for some reason want to attack Hollywood. Now, that's basically the main plot, but there is so much going on in this movie. I mean, you got Eugene from Greece and the mayor from Jaws. There's a whole plot line with these two just sitting in a Ferris wheel late at night watching for a Japanese submarine. There's Ned Beatty who cannot even load a gun, somehow being entrusted with this huge AA gun outside of his house, which Dan Aykroyd gives like this whole at least like 10-minute speech on.
Yeah.
I mean, this has to be, I don't know why this is considered a bad movie when it made money. And it's probably one of the funniest movies I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah. Yeah. So, sorry about that. I was just finishing off this drink. It's been very thirsty throughout the night. But anyway. So, the next one I'm going to talk about, it's kind of a bit sad because the main actor was recently confirmed as passed away because he went on a bit of a trek and he wasn't found for weeks and weeks and a few months on end. And unfortunately, they did find his body. And we are talking the absolute late, great Julian Sands and Sherilyn Fenn. We are talking about 1993's Boxing Helena. Basically, Julian Sands' character is obsessed with Sherilyn Fenn, and he ends up performing surgery on her because she tries to escape. And obviously, both her arms and her legs are amputated, but he still falls in love with her because to him, she's perfect. So, yeah, and then obviously somebody finds out what he's done wrong, and then he gets into a bit of trouble over it. But it's just so well done for the 90s, and a lot of people shit on the 90s for movies. This is not one of them. This was fucking well done, well said, and I love it. And
that's another reason I mentioned 1941. I mean, people think of all the gritty stuff that came out at that time, like Taxi Driver and all the blockbusters like Jaws and Star Wars. And of course, Treat Williams just passed away recently, so that's another reason I mentioned 1941. But at the same time, that's another movie. It gets so unbelievably shit on.
I know it does, because they think it's got disturbing elements to it. So obviously, and to me, it's not disturbing. It's artistic and it's telling a story. And that's what a lot of people don't understand about Boxing Helena. So, yeah. You're next. You're next, Dre.
My next one, I'm going to talk about, of course, Firestarter.
Yeah.
Again, the cast is just too good. David Keith, George C. Scott, Martin Sheen, Louise Fletcher, Drew Barrymore, these people I grew up with. The score by Tangerine Dream is probably my favorite that they've done. The
Yeah.
whole final act to me is like, I will say, one of my favorite finales of anything.
Yeah. I just love it so much. Yeah, I do like Firestarter. So is that you've got enough? That's enough you want to say about Firestarter then?
Yeah, because it's another one. I talk about it a lot. I feel like I
Yeah.
can't say any more about it that I haven't said already.
Yeah. Well, the movie I'm going to talk about next, somebody had a little bit of a controversy because they now own the movie because I gave them it and it was sent from Canada to their house. We are actually on about 9.5 weeks from 1984. I think it was 85. Can't
86.
remember. 86 then, whatever. I knew it was 80s. So anyway, 9.5 weeks stars Mickey Rourke and you guessed it, Kim Basinger. And it has, and basically it has one of the most greatest scenes I have ever seen in my life. Because Kim Basinger is obsessed with Mickey Rourke and all these stuff that he wants to do with her. And there is a scene where it involves a lot of foods.
I know the one you're
And,
talking about.
and we are going with the Ice Cube scene where Mickey Rourke does the Ice Cube and he puts it on a chest and the nipples and whatever. And apparently, people don't like that movie because it gets a lot of slack for that scene alone.
There's a
It's,
scene like that that I love in The Postman Always Rings Twice.
yeah,
Jessica Lange and all the bread loaves on the table.
yeah. So, yeah, sorry about that noise. The guy coming along cleaning the road, so that's an apology over that. So, you're next.
Well, since you mentioned 9.5 weeks, I'm gonna go with the one I just mentioned, and that's The Postman Always Rings Twice. This
Yeah.
is probably one of my favorite movies of that particular genre, in no part due to Jessica Lange and Jack Nicholson, who are phenomenal in this movie.
Yeah.
Like I said, the scene with all the bread loaves on the table, woof, off they go. That's all I'll say.
One second, I'm sorry for froze. So anyway, we're going next with Tropical Snow on my list from 1987. This movie does not get talked about enough. Basically, it's set in Colombia and it stars David Carradine. And then it's got I love the main actor and actress that stars in this. Basically, it's about David Carradine's character and then these two characters. They're a couple that are trying to get more money. And basically, David Carradine wanted to go and do a drug run from Colombia to New York. And it's kind of a little bit of a sad story because at first, the girl was always sick and couldn't swallow the drugs, basically, and in the end, she could. And then, obviously, what actually happened was they get to the States, the guy, because it's like a little love story between the guy and the woman that are trying to make more extra money. So obviously they go to the States with the drugs in hand inside of them. Basically the guy is left through and the woman is made to stay behind. But we found out the woman actually confessed to having drugs in her system. And obviously, because the guy waited, he ends up being arrested as well. And then he ends up dying on the way to jail. And then she finds out that he's passed away. And then she's the one that gets the life in jail, where David Carradine is back in Colombia and doesn't give a shit. So, yeah, it's a nice little story, but it doesn't get talked about enough. So, you're next, Dre.
Okay, so in that sense, I'm going to talk about another one that does not get talked about at all, at least from my experience. But, Skyla, I think you might know about this one. You're a little bit more into the exploitation and grindhouse stuff than I am.
Yeah.
But this is one from 1984 called Angel. And
Yeah,
it's about
I
this
do
girl
know
named
this
Molly,
movie.
who is a honor student by day, hooker by night.
Nice.
And basically, if I remember right, I've only seen this once, but I do have it on tape.
Yeah.
I remember one of the people she works with, one of her friends at night, is killed by a serial killer, and then she basically becomes the target. Now, I could be wrong. I haven't seen this in a while, but as far as I know, it does not get talked about at all.
Yeah.
And neither does the sequel.
It doesn't. Neither the other two sequels. There's two other sequels to this. And it's one of the fucking better like trilogies that I've ever heard of in my life.
I haven't seen the third.
Yeah, I've seen Disturbed.
Because I know in the second one, it's not the same girl from the first one. It's the one girl that would later go on to the Saw movies.
Yeah, I know exactly who you're on about.
But the one in the first one, I really like her. And sadly, most people, I would think, really only know her from Jaws 2.
Yeah. And obviously the director was obsessed with it and just wanted it to come back. So, yeah. So, my next movie I'm going to talk about, you know exactly who I'm going with. 1979. Starring Angus Scrimm.
Oh.
As Foreman himself. And it also has the actor, what's his name? The little guy. What's his name?
He was in his name
from the 90s. And he what's his name? Small guy, brown hair. And he's also the ice cream man in that as well. So I'm on about Phantasm.
I'm just waiting for a particular pick from 84.
Directed by Don Castorelli. And has one of the best soundtracks ever. You know I love the Phantasm music. Love it.
I'm sitting here waiting for one out of you from 84, though.
Oh, we're wait and see that. Wait and see. So come on, Dre. Give me the movie on your list.
I have to go with a lesser known movie from one of my favorite directors, Brian De Palma. It's his follow-up to Carrie from 1978. And I am talking about The Fury.
That doesn't get talked about enough.
I agree. And then if you watch it with Carrie, it's a great friggin' double thing.
Yeah.
And then it works because they both have Annie Irving.
Exactly. And that movie does not get talked about enough. And I'm glad that's one of your favorites. You definitely know what I'm going to talk about now.
Carnival?
Yeah. Yeah. And I think you know, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. Dre has been waiting for me to talk about this movie for the longest time ever. 1984, starring one of my favorite actresses of all time, Linda Blair and Linnea Quigley. And it has John Vernon in it as well. You know we're going with it. Savage Streets. Savage fucking
you basically had to talk me through.
Yes. So basically, For people that don't know that I love this film so much, I only love this film for the revenge side of things. So, but we're going to go right the way through. Obviously, Linda Blair is the leader of a group called the Satans, and then they're against the rival gang. And basically, how these two gangs come together is because the other rival gang leaves their car in the middle of LA, and fucking Linda Blair and all their little crew of the Satans with Linda Blair's deaf sister.
Well, you forget the dudes almost ran over Linnea Quigley first. That's what caused them to take their car.
Yeah, and then that's how they went with the cars. So then the next thing is obviously go for the joyride, and then at school, there's a couple of guys that go to the same school as Linnea Quigley and the rest of the gang with Linda Blair. While there's a argument between Linda Blair, which is Brenda, and Candy, that famous argument and the fighting in the showers.
Argument, call it what it is, a cat fight.
Yeah, a good old cat fight, old-fashioned cat fight, right? Basically, Linnea Quigley's character is confronted by two members of the gang and is abruptly, because like they're trying to like make it all sexualized and all this lark and blah blah blah, and like trying to get into the rude stuff, and like she's basically ignoring it. She doesn't want to know, sort of thing. And in the end, they drag her into the bathroom and proceed to assault her. Obviously, Brenda finds out about it, and then Brenda literally goes out on this all-out fucking revenge fucking spree to every fucking gang member on that list. And also, we've got to mention one of the other Satan members was pregnant, and she was getting married because she was pregnant. Obviously, the leader of the rival gang hoisted her over her head and threw her over to her death. So obviously that's also prompted Brenda to kick off the way that she did.
One of my favorite moments isn't even the revenge. It's after what happens to Heather when Brenda's in the principal's office and he says to her, "Oh, I'm sorry what happened to your sister, but she shouldn't have been there."
Yeah.
Linda Blair just looks at him and goes, "Fuck you."
Yeah, like to go like, "Oh, fuck off," sort of thing. And then I love the final scene. The fucking crossbow, fucking Brenda fucking kicking ass with fucking the leader of the gang, and she fucking shoots at him and everything. And she goes, what was it? Sort of about, "You want to play dirty? Let's fucking do it," sort of thing. Like she was in fucking fight mode. And then at the end, it's basically Heather, Brenda, and the other gang members at what's her name? Yeah, the girl that got killed, the gravesite.
I believe it was Francine was her name.
Nantine.
Because I remember, as I also remember her from Friday the 13th, final chapter.
Yeah. So yeah, Nantine. So they're at her gravesite at the end, and it had. Do you know what? That movie to me had the rape, the revenge. It was heartwarming. You wanted to cry. You felt sorry for the characters, especially for Heather and Nantine, and it just had everything in that movie.
It kind of reminded me of the ending of Foxes.
Yeah.
Because that has that kind of ending where one of the characters dies, and the very last shot is the rest of them at her grave.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah. Your last pick now?
My last pick is I gotta go with the twofer, because these two movies do not get talked about at all. Yeah. And I just spoke of one. That was 1980's Foxes with Jodie Foster and Randy Quaid. And the second one in that vein, also from 1980, is Little Darlings, starring Tatum O'Neal and Christy McNichol.
Yeah. Yeah. That's good.
I can't really say a lot about those two movies without going into spoilers, so I would say track them down and watch them.
Yeah. Yeah. So now we're going to finish off with our favourites. Quick fire round. We don't have to like explain why. We can just say, if you want to say why, you can do, but whatever. So I'm going to ask you, and then when you've answered yours, I'm going to go with mine. And we're going to see how far we get before Sai has to lock up, because they're in the middle of locking up now. So anyway, let's do this. So, favourite movie?
Let's see. Ooh. Little Darlings.
Right. Midnight Express. The last movie you watched?
Crimes of the Heart.
Dolby. It's a Spanish movie. It's a bit crazy. It's about a simple man, but he's obsessed with these women, and he's got like seashells and weed and everything, like seaweed, and puts it all over them, and it's a bit of a out there movie. So yeah, your favorite action and adventure movie. So your favorite action and then your favorite adventure movie.
Favorite action would be The Matrix.
Yep.
Adventure, Cliffhanger.
Right. I would go favorite action movie for me would be Death Wish. And favorite adventure movie would probably be somewhere like Indiana Jones. So next, favorite horror movie.
Nightmare on Elm Street.
My favorite horror movie is, obviously, we've got to go with it. It's Zombie Flesh Eaters, which is Zombie Duet. Favorite drama movie.
Fried Green Tomatoes.
The Piano. Favorite comedy movie.
1941.
Mine would be Big Man on Campus, aka Hunchback Hairball of LA. A movie that makes you happy.
Smokey and the Bandit.
Body Slam with Roddy Piper and They Live. So I'll put those two in there. A movie that makes you sad.
Steel Magnolias.
Titanic. A movie you practically know the whole script.
Nightmare on Elm Street.
The Secret Craft, aka The Source. So yeah. So next page. Your favorite director.
I have two. For old school, Alfred Hitchcock. Newer, Brian De Palma.
I've got two as well. Yoshihiro Nishimura and Emmanuel De Sante. So your favorite movie from your childhood?
Short Circuit.
Oh man. Weird Science or Risky Business.
See, I also could have gone Back to the Future.
Yeah. Your favorite animated movie?
Ooh. Ghost in the Shell.
Death Note. I'm gonna go with that because it is my favorite. A movie you
wait, that's a series.
Oh, they've done a movie about it and a cartoon.
Not animated.
Oh no! I'm going. Wait! Animated. What is it? We'll do Perfect Blue. Perfect Blue. Right. Okay. A movie you used to love but now hate.
Dumb and Dumber.
Oh, movie I used to love but now hate. Mr. Nanny. Your favorite quote from any movie?
Let's see. Get away from her, you bitch! From Aliens.
Yeah, mine is, who cares to enter my domain? From The Craft, aka The Secret The Source. I love that.
Or I also go with, hey, how come Andrew gets to get up? If he gets up, we'll all get up. It'll be anarchy. It's out of my hands. From the Breakfast Club.
Yeah. Or there's what's the other one? The one from Risky Business where Tom Cruise's best mate goes there. So.
Sometimes you just gotta say, what the fuck?
Yes, that's the one. Sometimes you say, what the fuck? So yeah, the first movie you saw in theaters.
The Lion King.
The Little Mermaid. The last movie you saw in theaters.
I think it was the first Fantastic Beasts.
Scream 6. The best movie you seen last year.
Let me see. Last year. I don't think I saw too many last year's yet. So I can't really say.
Well, the movie that you saw the year before.
2021. Again, I can't even think of any. Probably the most recent one that I saw that I liked was probably Halloween Kills.
Yeah, that's 2020.
That's like the newest that I can remember.
Yeah. Mine is a movie called Flux Gourmet, which was released last year. Kind of it's a bit like the Holy Mountain and stuff like that. It's a not bad movie.
I would have said Halloween Ends had that one actually been better.
Yeah. A movie that disappointed you the most.
Halloween Ends.
Yeah, Halloween Ends. I agree with that. I will say that as well. Your
after how kick-ass them first two were.
Yeah.
Especially when you look at the alternate ending Kills had.
Yeah.
And then for Ends to jump ahead, it was like, I think like a 2 or 3 years maybe?
Yeah.
Well, after the friggin' opening, which again made no sense to me at all.
Yeah.
I barely got through Halloween Ends. I think I damn near fell asleep watching it.
Yeah, it was one of the worst Halloween movies I've ever seen in my life. So your next
I got maybe an hour in and I actually considered stopping.
Yeah. So your next one is your favorite actor.
Favorite actor? Let's see. Probably Al Pacino.
Charles Bronson. So we're going with favorite actress.
Oh, I've got at least 3. Jessica Lange, Sissy Spacek, and Meryl Streep.
Yeah. So I've got 2. Monica Bellucci and Linda Blair. The most overrated movie.
Most overrated. Oh. I gotta say The Piano. I know you like it, but that was so boring to me. I don't get the hype. I don't get why it won so many Oscars.
Yeah. Are you ready for mine? 1, 2, 3. The Monsters, directed by Rob Zombie.
I didn't even watch it.
That was so fucking shit. It was unreal. So.
Oh no, wait! I do remember one that a recent one I just saw that I did like. There was this documentary about Robert Englund that came out like back in May. That was so good.
Yeah. So yeah, so we've done overrated, now underrated.
Underrated. Ooh. Savage Streets.
Yeah, I'm going with
that. It's so underrated, it's not funny.
Yeah, it is. I agree with that. So I'm going to go with Savage Streets and Dead or Alive to Takashi Miike's version of it.
I'll also throw in 1941.
Yeah. So next is your favorite character from any movie.
Nancy Thompson from Elm Street.
I'm going to go Tall Man from Phantasm. I've got to go him.
Second would be Dom from Fast and the Furious.
My second would be Tom Cruise's character from Risky Business. So, favorite documentary?
I got 2.
Yeah.
The Elm Street Legacy and Crystal Lake Memories.
The same. I'm going to go with exactly the same as you. Crystal Lake Memories and the Never Sleep Again documentary. Next one is a movie no one expected you to love.
Well, most people are shocked when they hear I'm into fried green tomatoes.
Yeah. Movie no one expected me to love.
Those who know me aren't.
Yeah.
I
would say for me, Titanic. Because everyone thought I hated Titanic, but I loved it.
I saw Titanic in the theater. I loved it.
Yeah. So that would be for me. A movie no one expected you to love, which for me is Titanic. I love it.
Mine would be The Talented Mr. Ripley.
Yeah. Or Sweeney Todd. Sweeney Todd with Ben Kingsley, which is like a it was like a main.
There's one I like with Gwyneth Paltrow and Jessica Lange called Hush.
Yeah. So a movie that is a guilty pleasure.
Wildcats.
Meridian.
With Goldie Hawn coaching the high school football team.
Yeah. Mine's Meridian with Sherilyn Fenn, and I'm going to throw in Adam Chaplin as well. So, favorite classic movie?
Ooh, I've got 4. All About Eve from 1950.
Yeah.
The Women from 1939. Arsenic and Old Lace from 1941. And Psycho.
I've got 4 as well. 1, you mentioned Psycho. Got 2, The 10 Commandments. 3, Little Women. And 4, The Message. About the Prophet Muhammad.
Now, I'm assuming with Little Women, you're talking about the one from the 30s.
Yes. That's the one.
I like the one from the 90s with Winona Ryder.
Yeah. Movie with the best soundtrack.
Oh. I will say one that I have been stuck on since I first heard it, Elm Street 4.
Yeah. Your other one?
Probably The Breakfast Club.
Savage Streets and Risky Business. So we got 2 more to go.
Oh, I forgot about FM.
Yeah, FM.
Oh, I can play that soundtrack start to finish.
Yeah. A movie that changed your opinion about something.
Ooh, let's see. Trying to think. I can't really think of one that really would say changed my opinion on anything.
Yeah, that's a hard one, that.
Because I'm not really one who goes into a movie really wanting to have my opinion changed.
Yeah.
I want to think, but at the same time, I want to be entertained.
Yeah.
Especially if the opinion they're trying to push differs from my own.
Yeah. Well, the only movie that I feel that comes along that sort of thing is and it made me feel worse about the movie. I'm going to go with 2. A Serbian film and Cannibal Holocaust.
Yeah, see, I don't even have anything like that because that type of stuff I willingly am like, no. Yeah,
the animal cruelty, that's what changed my opinion about the movie and how everything like that. So the last question is, what is your least favorite movie?
Oh, my least favorite. Oh shoot, this is a tough one.
It is.
I don't know if I would say that there's one that's my least favorite, but one that I saw and I just remember not liking was, oh shoot, I can't even think.
I've just thought
I'm
of one.
literally drawing a blank.
Yeah. Well, my least favorite.
Wait, I know. I've got one. Halloween 3.
Yes. Even though I like that movie, but my least is awful. Yeah, a lot of people hate it. But you know what my least favorite movie is? It's from a franchise that I do like, but I only like the first 3 movies from it. And it's actually Return of the Living Dead Part 4, Necropolis.
Now, see, I don't even like Return of the Living Dead 3. I stop
I
at
love
2.
I fucking love 3.
I hated it.
Number 4 just takes it way out of context.
I couldn't watch any of them after 3.
Yeah, but 4
3 is the one that ruined it for me.
Yes.
With that series.
Like, don't get me wrong, I love Rave to the Grave because it brought back the original zombie.
I thought that was fun too.
Just took it out of context, fucking completely fucking, oh my god, fucking wrong way, fucking round, fucking inside out, fucking shittiness.
See, I think what it is for me is that from 3 on, the people making those movies forgot what made the first 2 so much fun.
Yeah, Brian Yazuna, he done the 3rd one.
And see, I've never liked anything he's done.
Yeah.
My mother was a big fan of Reanimator. I do not understand why.
Yeah, I don't understand. And even The Dentist as well.
Oh,
that was the worst. Oh my god, The Dentist.
I had a DVD called Boogeyman.
Shit.
And it had a clip from that. I was like, no.
Mind fucking blown. Mind blown completely. Like, yeah. I just don't understand.
To this day, that's why I haven't watched Marathon Man.
Yeah. Understandable, Trey. But like at the end of the day, like it's just his movies I could never ever get into. It's crazy.
Me either.
So
the same with Stuart Gordon. I could never get into his stuff.
Yeah. So anyway, I think I'm gonna let you go because the work is just finished now. So yeah. So anyway,
I have one more thought before we go. I think my taste in directors, I think like De Palma and Scorsese, even though they did some gritty stuff like, Taxi Driver and Carrie and whatnot, they had a touch of class to them. Especially De Palma, since he was a student of Hitchcock.
Yeah.
And I think that's what a lot of directors today are missing.
Yeah. It's just like these modern directors think they know the shit and they don't.
It's like they treat most of them like a cash grab. I haven't seen anything in a while where it's been to me like the directors had any love for what they're doing.
Yeah. It's all the classic directors that are the best for me.
Spielberg's lost his way.
Yeah.
I think with that last one, where it was the Fableman's basically being an overloaded thing about himself.
The best. Like, the Godfather trilogy was one of the best trilogies ever.
Coppola, he's another legend.
Yeah. Like, it's just so good. So, I'm going to let you get off. Because we've been on now an hour and 45 minutes.
Well, it's been fun.
We had fun, and I wanted to do something different tonight instead of just sticking to a list. So just doing our favorites, and then that was just random. So it's different. I'll think of something different next week to do.
Okay.
All right, I'll speak to you soon, okay?
Alrighty.
And thanks for everyone for watching. Ciao.
See ya.
Bye.